The hell is that? Oh, it's you. Come on in. It's cold outside. You're here for the tour, right? You're in for it. Now, I must warn you, WIP stands for Work in Progress. And this car has been in work in progress for a few years. So I'm going to try to go over into detail a little bit about what I've done, where I'm going, what I was working on this morning. So let's get started. I bought the car in 2009. At that point in time, I was living in California. The car had some damage to it when I bought it, and I had it towed to my home down there. And then when I relocated, I brought the car with me here. So I started by replacing all of the sheet metal on the front end of the car. It was damaged quite extensively. I'll show you pictures of that in a few minutes. Anyway, I had to replace the fenders, the hood, the grille, the headlights, the bumper, the license plate ring, and that was probably it. The back of the car had been hit, sadly, right where the tail light goes into the hole, and I will show you that. It has been repaired. That's probably one of the only things I've paid an outside contractor to do, simply because it was a little bit out of my realm of expertise. I do body work to a point, and then I farm out what I can't do myself. So I had to replace the radiator support across the front. I had to put in a new radiator. This is a 289 cubic inch Ford V8 with an automatic transmission, and it's a very popular motor. It was one of the most popular motors, not the most, probably one of the most popular motors that Ford had in the 60s. And moving along, what I've done to the car under the hood is I've added a vintage air conditioner. I've added a Borgeson power steering box recently, and I'm just in the process right now of finishing up, and you'll have to excuse, there's tools and lights and all kinds of things laying around. Over here is the vintage air compressor. It's got an electric fan, which I also installed, and the vintage air conditioner is completely hooked up, but it has not been charged, and it will sit until I get the car probably pretty much done. Down here, directly below us, is the Borgeson power steering box. The hoses are hooked up, the reservoir is full, and the power steering pump has also been replaced, which is right there. And right now, along with the installation of this Borgeson, had to modify some things, okay? The steering tube and the steering rod that fits down inside the tube had to be shortened, and I had to make some modifications to make all of that work, and that is what I'm previously working on as we speak. I've taken some time out to do this crazy video. So it was a column shift before. You would put it in neutral, drive, low, reverse on the column, and that is no longer there, and it is down there. And that accessory is brought to you by B&M, transmission, shifters, etc. I've got a Wilwood front disc brakes, and I've got a Wilwood master cylinder. The disc brakes are installed. I'm going to try to scoot down here with this light in one hand and the camera in the other, and there's one of the vents right there for the air conditioner, another one over there. There are their controls. This is what I'm working on literally at this hour, and that is putting the wiring and everything back in to attach the steering wheel, and the wiring is down inside the tube, which I've finished off in carbon fiber. And yes, I'm playing with carbon fiber right now. I'm experimenting with it, and this was something that I thought would look pretty cool, so I went with that. I've also updated the accelerator linkage that goes up to the carburetor, and the stock gas pedal is no longer. Let's back away. So the car has been prepped to paint. The water's been too cold, the weather, and I'm not in a position to have a paint booth, so I kind of like do it here in my garage. There's a lot of preparation before painting, but the car has been sanded, but there'll be some last minute preparation before I continue to paint it. This is the color that it's going to be right there, and that is called Flame Red. And I have pulled the motor out. I have rebuilt the transmission, had that done, and I pulled the heads off, I pulled the pan off. The motor looked really good. I am only the second owner of this automobile. It was manufactured in San Jose, California, and as I just said, I think I'm the second owner of the car, which is pretty rare actually, and that was one of the high points of me purchasing this car. It was originally white, and that was the color that it was painted at the factory when it was manufactured, put together. Okay, we're coming around the back of the car. Excuse the mess. This is actually a better example of the color right here. This is the taillight hole that was quite pushed in, and as you can see, I've pulled the tail lights out now. I've fitted them, of course. All this has been wet sanded, and most all of it's primed. There's an electric fuel pump underneath the car, which feeds gas to the carburetor. The tires have been on it for quite some time while I've been working on it. I've kept the back window in, but the front window is out at this time. And it is behind me, and it is stored safely. So, what have I got left to do? Once I get the car painted, I've got all of the trim. I've got all new rubber weather stripping for the doors, for the roof rails, for the trunk, for the bumper. There's a big piece of rubber that goes in down here. Gaskets go onto the tail lights. I've got the trim that goes along both sides, the quarter panel, the doors, and the fenders. All of that is in storage here in my garage. And then after I get that done, I'll probably have to work on the motor just a little bit. It's been sitting for a while, and I don't start it on a regular basis. Let's see, moving along. Wheels and tires. New tires are definitely going to have to be installed. And whether I'm going to put chrome wheels, mag wheels, or something other than that on the car, I just don't know at this point. I haven't gotten that far actually. And this has sort of been a dream of mine to have a car like this, a 64 Fairlane two-door hardtop. It was one of Ford's more popular car in the 60s. It was a very popular car for those that chose to race them. They were called a Thunderbolt. And here is a picture that I keep on my wall of a Thunderbolt. And they were used in drag racing. For the automobile enthusiast that is familiar with these cars, you're more than familiar with the Thunderbolt. Here is the car the day I got it. As you can see, it got hit pretty hard. Anyway, all of that stuff has been replaced. Hood, bumper, fenders, trim, grille, all the way down to the license plate frame. that was the first thing I started when I did the car. Let me share something over here with you. I hope you're enjoying this and you're not completely bored. To anybody that is, likes old cars and knows what I'm going through, I hope that you're enjoying this. And so these are the air conditioning tubes. I've wrapped them in pipe insulation and I've zip tied them to keep it on there. And these are for the evaporator and for the air conditioning parts that go inside. And then of course I have a drain that goes out through the carpet, through the floorboard. And it's hard to see, and I just put my light down, but right underneath there is the air conditioning unit. There is one of the vents. I have no glove box left because of the air conditioning kind of ate that space up. As you can see, as I move the camera around, the body's been sanded. It's in really good shape. Some of it's taped off, as you can see as well. That's about it. I really appreciate you coming by, knocking on my door, keeping me from a few minutes of hard work. And one favor, please subscribe. If you have something like this and you're working on it and you need a little encouragement, send me a comment and I will boost your feelings to keep you going. It's a long, tedious road. And anybody that takes this on, this is basically my retirement right here. And I can't wait till I'm done, and I'm much closer now than I was a couple of years ago. Thank you. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you know somebody that would appreciate this video, please share it. I will keep you posted on the progress as I keep going here, and have a great day. Talk to you soon.